So we have two guests. We have Mohammad Ouarini from the West Bank, from Masafer Yatta, and Papola from the Unis for Palestine from Germany. We will begin talk to Mohammad live from the West Bank. I've just shown some videos from your Instagram, Mohammad. Would you like to introduce yourself? So who are you? What are you doing?
So, hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Mohammed Hisham Horeini from the West Bank, Masafer Yatta community, especially from the village of Al Twani. I am a Palestinian activist and independent journalist, and a part of a Youth of Sumud group, solidarity group from different activists around the community and around the West Bank. My main work is focusing about what the Israeli occupation and the Israeli occupation forces, especially, and settlers attacks against me and against my people in the community. I decided to be an activist and to be a journalist because since I grew up, since I was 15, and was watching what is really happening for me and for my people from the Israeli occupation forces, from different kind of things. I mean, demolishing houses, attacks on my people, attacks on activists themselves, attacks on journalists. So I decided to catch my camera and go on the field to document and to film and to witness what is really happening to my people in my community, and to show the outside world, to show the people from outside my country what is really happening here and what we are really facing.
Yeah, I just watched some of the Instagram videos from your Instagram account, and you do documentation of the Israeli oppression forces trying to ethnically cleansing the people in Masafer Yatta. So can you explain what Masafer Yatta is?
So yeah, as I said before, Masafer Yatta, it's a huge community, a huge field in the West Bank, from like more than 10 villages and more than 5 Bedouin communities, which is in the south, the deep south of the West Bank. As you saw, what you saw on my, as you say, sorry, what you saw on my account is videos and pictures and some documents and articles that I shared about what we are really facing from ethnic cleansing my people and the people of Masafer Yatta and Palestinian in general in the West Bank. A part of what we are really facing in my community is for like let's say about like the last few weeks, the last few months and few days, we are facing a very hard and a very big demolishing and displacement operation against my people in the community, which is starts 2 months ago. Israeli occupation forces start to raid and invade our villages in the community to destroy it all, with not even left one single house for the people who lived in the community. And it's clearly showed that it's a asymmetric operation and asymmetric issues to force and to displace my people from the communities, to make it empty, to give like a first step. And it's not the first time, and it's not the first step for the settlers to rebuild the villages that was displaced from Palestinians and create and build new outposts, new settlements on the lands and on the yards that the Palestinians used to have it. One of these villages, for sure, you saw on my page that I was publishing about, is the village of Khalt al-Dabi. A month ago, the Israeli occupation forces raid this village and destroy it all without even left like one single house, as I said. And the people lived homeless. Every house in this village, from like at least 7 members, seven Palestinians, from children. And from women's old men and women lived homeless after this huge operation on the village. After that, what we saw is not just like that's it, they leave them and they finish what they want to do. No, settlers from the near and the closest outpost to the village raided a cave that was demolished even, and recreate this cave and built a new outpost in front of the village. People after the demolition didn't leave the village and stayed on the rubble of the houses. But settlers didn't feel that it's enough to destroy the houses of these people in the community. You know, instead of that, they took another step to occupy this village and to build new outposts. People were scared. at some point people start like to grab and to carry their stuffs leaving this village, but we as an activists and journalists and Israeli activists and international solidarity activists from outside the country, from different countries in Europe and in the US, we decided to stand by these people, and we decided to take a real and a serious step that we should be in the middle of this village facing the goal of displacement and the goal of ethnic cleansing the Palestinian. And we know, we as a Palestinian activist, we know that we could be a real target and a real goal for these settlers and for these occupation forces, but we decided to do it, and we put our life on risk just to do not leave this village alone, and to do not let them leave the village, because if they now start with one village, tomorrow it will be my village, the next day will be other villages, other activist villages. But let's say, like, thanks God, we succeed, we make like, let's say not a very huge success, but let's say a good success, that we decided to let the people stayed in the village, and we kick out the settlers who were invading and occupying the cave of one of the people who lived in the community. Now the village is still facing the same thing. Settlers try to attack again the same cave they used to occupy, but we as an activist, we stayed there and we still helping the people. This is like one example from like hundreds of examples from what the Israeli occupation forces and settlers is trying, and not just is trying and doing for me and for my people in my community.
Well, when you have a look at the West and how we see the conflict and the war and the ethnic cleansing, the genocide on the Palestinian people, lots of my people, lots of the German people think everything started in October 2023. Could you tell us a perspective from someone from Palestine, how long the conflict is raging, how long Israel is trying to occupy your country, and how old the conflict is in itself?
So sorry for that, but let me try to make the sentences like more deeply and more right. If we are talking about a conflict, it's totally taking us to another story, and it's totally taking us to another way to explain what we are facing. But what we are facing is truly not a conflict. It's a genocide in Gaza. And second thing, it's ethnic cleansing and displacement, and like a huge forces attacking civilians in different communities and in different cities and in different villages in the West Bank, in the 48, and in Gaza. To say that if it's starting the 7th of October, let's go back before the 7th of October. Before the 7th of October, for example, me personally, if everything starts in the 7th of October, before the 7th of October, at the beginning of October, I was arrested twice. I was arrested twice. Why? The only reason for being arrested for me as an activist, because I was in my land, defending my land from settlers' raids and from Israeli army trying to attack my family in the house. The land that we own it's just 50 meters away from my house. This is one example, and it's a simple example, and it's a daily life for us as Palestinians. But let's also go back before the 7th of October. What was happening in Jenin? And we saw in Jenin refugee camp, there was raids every day for the camp, claiming, the Israeli forces claiming that there is terrorists inside this camp and they want to destroy it. Okay, let's say that there is terrorists. What is the fault of a 9 years old boy or a 9 years old girl inside the refugee camp to be killed by these forces? Did you saw her carrying a gun? Even though, like, how she or he can carry a gun? This is another example. In Nur Shams, in Nur Shams refugee camp as well, in Tulkarem, there was the same operation, and they were raiding the camp every day. Every day we were hearing that there is Palestinians getting killed by the Israeli occupation forces. And all its start in Germany, in Europe, in the US, they keep saying, as you said, that all starts in the 7th of October. No, the 7th of October, there was something, and something happened after the 7th of October. Okay, but let's go back to what was happening in the 7th of October. This ethnic cleansing, killing Palestinians, arresting Palestinians, all that was before the 7th of October. Why all these prisoners and let's call them as how the Israeli forces and the Israeli government call their prisoners in Gaza. They are calling them as hostages, even though our people are hostages because they were kidnapped from their houses before the 7th of October. If there was nothing before the 7th of October, why this Palestinian in jail? So it's literally like quite like clear for everyone that it didn't start in the 7th of October.
Yeah, and now the Israeli Defense Minister Katz announced 22 new settlements in the West Bank, and he said that all Palestinians will be displaced and that they will build a Jewish state in the West Bank. And still, for me as a German, the scandalization in Germany for that uttering from the Israeli Defense Minister is near to zero, while he just openly announces that every Palestinian in the West Bank will be ethnically cleansed. What do you think about that?
So what I'm thinking about that, clearly, as what you said, he is saying that all Palestinians will be ethnic cleansing from different areas from the West Bank. And to be honest, what we are seeing now is this decision is on the ground. They are doing it right now. Different villages in my communities, since 3 months until these days, there was different outposts near these houses in these villages. As I said, this started in Khalt al in my community, for example. I'm giving you like examples and things that I witnessed by my own eyes, and I was in the middle and in the front of what was happening. I am clearly against this decision, and every Palestinian will be against this decision. And as what we said, even if there was no decision for that from the minister, from the whole government, it's a fascist government, and it's clearly a fascist government from what is happening in Gaza or what is happening in the West Bank. First thing, before this decision goes out on the news, there was another decision that they are buying cars, golf cars, little ones, giving it to the security of the settlements because they are scared that Palestinians could attack this settlement. But what was happening through these cars? These cars was giving to the most craziest and the most thirsty blood of settlers. They are giving it to them, starts attacks through these cars. 4 days ago, one of my friends, he was going to be crashed by these cars. He gave it to them, and settlers start their step using these cars, going on and raiding every village in my community. And it's not just to my community. There was 100 golf car giving to settlers around the West Bank to do and to start these attacks and to support settlers who was going to attack the villages and the cities and the communities in the West Bank. And as I said before, Ben Gvir, Smotrich, and Benjamin Netanyahu, they are all in the same circle and they are all thinking in the same way. They don't want any Palestinian feel free or any Palestinian feel that he is safe or he is at home. They want us all go out and leave our land to them to create the Israeli state. But what we clearly say, we will remain here. We will not leave our lands. We will not leave our homes. And we will fight until the last breath for us in this land. For me, we don't have guns to fight with, but we have strength to fight with. We have a dignity to fight for. We have a land to fight for. We don't want to kill, but we will keep standing and we will keep sitting and we will keep sharing our voices to the whole world to say that we are in the right side and we are really the victim of this occupation, and we are paying the price of what the different countries around this world, especially in Europe, are doing and giving us punishment. And we will face this occupation with the most like power we will be given against this occupation.
Well, it's just insane in which situation you are and which fight you are fighting there, and that you put your life on the line to say this is something I also already pointed out when I read your texts on Instagram, that you always have this activist approach that you say, I will not leave. You try to make us leave. You try to make you try to intimidate me with terror. You try to kidnap me on open, in broad daylight, and try to make me afraid. But I will stay here, and I will not give up this land because my people need this land to survive. And so if people want to see how the reality of Muhammad's life is, they can see it on his Instagram account, which we linked here in the chat. But Muhammad, what do you think about Germany when it comes to Germany and the West Bank? What do you think about Germany, and do you have demands towards German politics?
I didn't get the question. Sorry.
We are from Germany, right? Well, Carl basically lives in Ireland, but I live in Germany. And do you have thoughts about Germany and the ongoing support from Germany towards Israel? And do you have any demands towards Germany when it comes to your situation?
For what I think about, like, not just Germany, what I think about whole Europe, let's say especially Germany, they are sending guns, and they are sending rockets, and they are supporting all this Semitic and all this prepared forces and prepared government. For me, I want, like, really to ask for an urgent call for this states and for these countries and for Germany. Let's try really to wake up and to see what is really happening and who is the real victim in this land. And as I said before, and as I said usually, because from what I'm seeing from the governments and from what I'm seeing from the politicians in Germany, in Italy, in everywhere in Europe and in America, I don't believe in all these things. But in the end, it is the only thing that it will work on the ground. But what I believe in people. Who brought this government to this country is people. These people can change something. These people can make the things. Usually I said it and I will keep saying it. People who now we are seeing that 90% of the people in this world start to know clearly who is on the right side and who is really the victim on this land. And that's why there is demonstration every day, and if it's not every day, like weekly, in Germany, in Italy, in Europe in general, in the US, there is demonstration, pro-Palestinians going on the streets shouting for a liberation and shouting for a free Palestine, shouting for stopping the genocide in Gaza. And this is really makes me happy and makes me feel that we are not alone. There is people who believe that our lives really matter. Our lives, we are not just number, as the Israeli government claimed. They are calling us as numbers. 2,000 Palestinians prisoners. Okay, that's it. But they are not just 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. They are not 50,000 martyrs in Gaza. They are not 100,000 of injuries in Gaza. They are not just these numbers. They are people. They have a future. They were having hopes. They have family. They have their life. They are enjoying all of that, like me, like you, like everyone in this world. So what I'm saying, I really don't, like, sorry for this sentence, give a shit for any government around this world. What I believe in you. I believe in people who is really believe that we as Palestinian, we are humans. We are not just like people who is coming and going and dying and getting arrested, and that's it. And let's stay in our mattresses. Let's stay in our sofas, and we don't give any matter for these people. No, what we are seeing now, we are seeing a very huge changing in this world, that there is at least some people is doing something to support Palestinians, even if it's away from me. Another call, what I really needed, I would love to see more and more people that coming as an activist or as tourists or as whatever, to come here to my community, to the West Bank, to the 48, to like I wish this genocide will be stopped, and we can like go, people can go back again to Gaza, so people can come here and can see what is really happening. And could be the real message from the outside world, that we are really not alone, and there is someone is caring about us, and someone is really want to stand by us. And this is really my message for the people. And as I told you before, you are asking me about governments and you are asking me about politicians and what they are doing. They will keep sending troops, they will keep sending guns, tanks, whatever to Israel. And I wish that one day this war take a serious action, saying that Palestinian is living under an occupation. They are really the victim, not as we see in social media when Israelis, when Zionists goes out on social media, start to claim like Palestinians are killing us, Palestinians are doing that, that, and that, and that. And in the end, for me, if someone like go out on social media, or even if without social media, and saying something pro-Palestinians, he will be directly called anti-Semitism. Why that? Because anti-Semitism, it's start to be called, even like Zionists start to tell Jewish themselves, the Jewish who's pro-Palestinians, they are anti-Semitic. So as I told you, I wish and I hope this could be changed as well. And inshallah we will see like everyone here in Palestine, even in, not in Palestine, we will see this support that is happening every day in Europe, in the US, people going on the street, stay loud and supporting us, even if it was from far away.
So, are there any NGOs which you can recommend if you want, if like some people listening to our talk now want to come to Palestine to support the people locally? Are there any NGOs, any organizations you can recommend where people can like, I think it's not that easy to just buy a flight ticket and fly over there. But if you want help locally, if you want to support the Palestinians in the West Bank, where you could find a connection?
First thing, if someone is serious with coming here to Palestine, he can go directly to ISM, which is International Solidarity Movement. You can find their page on Instagram, and they are publishing their email address on the bio of their page, and you could go directly to the email and sending an email that you would like to join them and came to Palestine, and it will lead you directly to my community, Masafer Yatta. And if you can like have your own decision, if you want to be in Masafer Yatta or if you want to be like in other place in the West Bank, you could came directly through the ISMers, who was, as I said before, International Solidarity Movement, or for an Italian movement, it's called Operation Dove. This is another association which is here now in the West Bank in general. So this is two NGOs which is working on the field and which is helping people from outside Palestine, I mean in Europe and in the from the US, who wants come to stand by and to stand in solidarity with Palestinians in Masafer Yatta, or as I said before, in the West Bank in general.
What do you people need the most at the moment, and how can we help? Well, that's a central question. Like, being loud for Palestinian people on the street is one thing, but helping is a whole different story. From your perspective, what do you need the most, and how can we from outside of Palestine support that cause? Like, are there any NGOs that need money or resources, other resources that get directly to you and that help the most?
Okay, as you see, there is the OCHA, there is the UNORWA, who's really helping and supporting everyone, like not just in Gaza, even in the West Bank. But this is like a huge NGOs, and I think everyone knows about it. But for personal like help and support, you can keep sharing on your accounts, on your social media, what is really people, what we are really facing and seeing in in the West Bank and in Palestine. For personal supports, we as groups and we as activists and journalists, we are launching different campaigns for us to help and support us to continue with what we are doing. And if someone is interested to help, like we have the links published on the different accounts, like on X and on Instagram, and we can even like share it with you if you would like to help with that.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm going to share everything I don't have X account or Instagram accounts, but we do got some, like we got some reach, and we're trying our best. Like Christian and I try our best to fight against the pro-Israel Zionist movement in Germany, which is not the same as your fight, but it's a fight as well. And we'd like to support you in every which way is possible.
Is there also a way to support you personally for your work with
Yeah,
donations or
yeah.
something?
Yeah. I have like a link who could donate to help and support me to continue my work in the community and in the West Bank in general, which is focusing on what I'm doing. I could send it to you if you would like.
Yeah, sure. Just send it to the Signal group, and then we'll
Yeah,
share it with the community.
I think it's now on the Signal group. I think they are sharing it now. And yeah, Carl, thank you really for what you just say, and I really appreciate what you just say, and it's mean a lot for me, and it's something really sometimes like in front of the sadness and in the front of the weakness that we are facing, reaching like a message like that from you or from anyone who would like really to support and who would like really to fight with us against the pro-Israelis or the Zionist or whatever. It really means a lot for me, and I wish one day we could reach for the goal that we want in our lives, to see a free Palestine. And really thank you for this message, and I really appreciate it, and keep going. We really believe in that. Don't be sorry for because you are far away from here, but your fight is still a fight, and it's still appreciated from not just from me, still appreciated, and still really thanks from every Palestinian who can see you or who heard about you, even if it's not. We will like would like to say like we love really who's standing by us in a serious way, like what you just say before.
Oh, we're doing our best. It's not much. It's not. I always like every day I feel like I'm doing enough, because there's so much to do and there's so much suffering from your side. And if I see the Palestinian suffering and the struggle you guys are fighting for each day, you're fighting for your life each and every single day, and suddenly the struggle that we feel just seems so small. It seems so unimportant, and still it is a struggle, but it's. I wish we could do more. I wish more people would just open their eyes and have like some empathy for just people. For it's the most basic feeling. Just feel empathy for other people. And it's so hard for me to see that only a few Germans do what should be normal, right? And I'm gonna share all your links, and we're gonna see to fill up your support goals. We do got some quite large communities behind that, and I think that we're going to support your work. And whenever you need a platform for a German audience, just feel free to just contact us whenever you want to. Like my platform, my reach is your reach. I'm going to share everything you need us to share. Like spreading the message, spreading solidarity for you people is one of my main priorities at the day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you would like to help with and what you are just saying. Really, thank you.
We try. It's in Ireland, but it's a sign. Lots of we do got some Palestinians in Germany that flew to Germany a couple of years ago, and one of my closest friends, Abdul, who is a Palestinian refugee, came here like 20 years ago to Germany, or 25 years ago. He said that one of the most brutal realizations and struggles that Palestinian people have is that they do not get recognized. Like recognition is one of the most important struggles for you guys, because no one recognizes you as human beings, as Palestinians.
Yeah.
Like we don't even recognize your people, your country, and we support Israel in each and every day. In Ireland, it's a lot different. Like the pro-Palestinian movement in Ireland, where I'm based, is a lot bigger, a lot broader. I don't have to be afraid to support Palestine in Ireland, but lots of people in Germany do, because we got this strange interpretation of anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. So one thing that I'd like to hear from you is how does Zionism influence your life? What does Zionism mean for you, and how are your struggles like directly resulting from Zionist propaganda and Zionist movements?
Yeah, all, and everything I said before, it came through Zionists. If you look at this government, like as we said before, there is like hundreds of names in this government. It's a fascist government and it's a Zionist government, and all these decisions against us as Palestinians, it came through this government. So when you are talking about Zionist, first thing, like as a Palestinian, directly my mind and my ears, my eyes goes directly to this government. For sure, these decisions and the ethnic cleansing, the Palestinian who were martyrs like every day in Palestine, and Palestinian who were arrested, and Palestinian who were kidnapped, Palestinian who got attacked. All these sentences, when it came to my mind, it directly goes like, it didn't came like from a free or from an empty life. It came directly from them. It came directly from these Zionists whose every day I wake up, every day I open my home door, going out from my house. When directly I watched on the right, on the left, if I watch direct, I will see these Zionists, I will see these settlers going with a quad, going with cars, going with military jeeps, going uh, with our sheeps. They have our sheeps, because these Zionists who's stealing our sheep and going it as their flocks, they are going back with the sheep that it's stolen from Palestinians in Palestine. They are destroying our land with our sheep even. So they stole our life. They stole like our sheep. They stole everything, and in the end, they want to go back and steal our land. So thinking about Zionism, like it's not something like just a name, just like a propaganda that it goes like for a trend for 10 days, 2 weeks, blah blah blah, and then it will calm down. No, it's something since like years of years. We are seeing these people, we are seeing this different, and they are like in an organizations now. They are calling themselves as different names. One of these aggressive and one of these dangerous groups, it called the Top Hill Youth, they are calling themselves, and it's settlers militias from different settlements in the West Bank. Like it's not just in my community. In my community, we have some. In other settlements around the West Bank, they have some, and they are going back in the same group, which is called Top Hill Youth. Every attack they are doing, after the attack, they are writing their name. They are writing their logo with a spray color on the walls of the Palestinian homes. Top Hill Youth on the Palestinian walls, to say that like this group attacked this community. Like at some point, like you feel like when they are attacking us, they are not just like attacking us for a goal or for something like a serious thing that they are attacking. They are attacking us for like enjoying what they are doing. Like after attacking a community and burning everything, cars, houses, trees, tropes, like sorry, not tropes, uh, all of that. In the end, they put their logo on the Palestinian walls. Like, what does it mean?
Terrorism.
They are enjoying what they are doing. So Zionism, it's a crazy and it's a
Yeah.
very dangerous thing when you are talking about it.
And you rightfully call the settlers terrorists on your Instagram account, and you make clear that the Israeli army and the settlers are kind of one and the same, right?
Exactly. Going back for the like the question that you are asking me, what was the difference between like it didn't start in the 7th of October, it was before or after. So yeah, there was something happening here in the West Bank before the 7th of October. There was soldiers, Israeli soldiers, and there was settlers, and they are known that this is like the difference between settlers and soldiers, but in the end it's in the same circle and in the same goal that it goes back. When the settlers came like to raid a village or something, it will be coordinated directly with the Israeli occupation forces. When they are starting the attack, the settlers are alone. Settlers throwing stones, burning doing that. They have guns to shoot on people. After like half an hour, 1 hour, soldiers came to support you. You feel like when you see soldiers, at some point, what came to your mind? Oh, like the protection is coming. But this protection, it's not for us as Palestinians. This protection or for these settlers. But since the 7th of October 2023 until these days, these settlers who used to attack us, they are in the military right now. They are wearing the green of the soldiers, they are wearing the military uniform, and we know them very well. Like we have an outpost close to my village, the village of Utwani, which is called Havat Ma'on, and another settlement behind this outpost, it's called Ma'on. We know lots of settlers from this outpost because of the attacks that we used to be under and through these settlers. After the 7th of October, same settlers that we know, they are in the military. So now the decision that they hope to take it before the 7th of October, now these people are taking the decision from their minds because now they are in the military. I was arrested as well twice after the 7th of October from a settler who is known with Benny. This is his nickname. He is a settler, but now he's a settler soldier, and he arrested me twice. Imagine getting arrested from a settler. Like, what came to your mind? Like, you will be disappeared, for example. But thanks God that there was cameras around, there was international solidarity activists, and there was Israeli activists who filmed that when he tried to arrest me. And because of that, I was released like after a few hours because of these cameras, because of the videos that it was published. And you can go back to my Instagram account and you will see the first two videos that published on my account. This was the first two, the two arrests for me after the 7th of October. And that settler who is the soldier who's catching my hand, this is Bini, and this is the settler soldier who we know him before the 7th of October as a settler, and now we know him as a settler soldier and giving orders for the soldiers, settlers, and everyone.
Yeah. So these settlers, because in the West media is always like presented like the settlers are the problem and the Israeli state is is a different entity. So that's very important for German audience to hear from you that these two groups are basically one and the same and are interchangeable. So the settlers are joining.
They are all the same. They are all
Yeah.
the same. Even when we are going to a court, like for us as Palestinian, when we got arrested and going to the jail, when we have a court, we don't have a civil court.
Yeah.
We have a military court, which is when you go in the middle of the judge, you are watching the judge that he is a settler himself, the one that will give you the punishment, or the one that will be like giving you, I don't know what it's called, but this is a settler, and you know who is this settler, and you are waiting his decision. You will be jailed forever. You will be jailed for 3, 6, 8, 10 months, years, whatever. This settler, he's a judge now, and you should take his decision. All of these things in the West Bank, in the 48, or what is happening in Gaza, they are all the same. Or everyone, like, they are all in the same group. They are all in the same room. They are all doing what this government really want to do. So when there's settlers in my community in the West Bank, same settlers who's here, they are in Jaffa, for example. They are around Gaza Strip. They are in the north of the West Bank. So yeah, all of them, they are in the same room. Like, you cannot say like they are like, here it's totally different from the Israeli government, or here it's totally different than what is happening in the 48. No, same settlers. When you saw a video for a settler invading Al-Aqsa Mosque, these settlers who's invading the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, the same settler who is attacking Palestinian in the West Bank.
Yeah, and what do you think? You said you were safe because there was video footage. If there was no video footage and you've taken hostage, what do you think would have happened to you? And what do you think? How many Palestinians are at this moment hostage in Israeli jails?
So just like to let you know, they have kind of a law that I don't know it's recognized in every side like in this world. They can hide you for 4 days without anyone knows anything about you, even if you hire a lawyer. They have 4 days to hide you, like your family, like will not know anything about me or where I am and who takes me and what is happening to me. 4 days, like you are outside of this world. There is like if I got arrested, there will be no Muhammad for 4 days. No one will hear anything about me. After these 4 days, maybe you will be like shown to the court or to be shown to the police. But if you got kidnapped, like Muhammad al-Khadr, for example, Muhammad al-Khadr was kidnapped by Israeli occupation forces and settlers, and they burned him in front of the wood.
And it's Israeli police and court, right? It's no Palestinian court, no Palestinian police forces. It's Israeli police forces and Israeli courts that you get put in front. So it's settlers organizing, taking hostages, and then putting them in front of Israeli courts. I have one question that burns on my mind, because whenever I talk about solutions, it's always important to listen to the people in place, what their solutions are. So I don't care what governments say, I don't care what people from Europe or America say, and I don't care what people from Israel say. I care about what people from Palestine say. So we in Germany, we talk about a two-state solution. And I always think the two-state solution is somewhat a hypocritical solution when it comes from Germany. So what do Palestinians think about the solution for this ethnic cleansing, for this genocide, for the state of Palestine? What do you people wish?
So you are asking me what I think about the two-state solution?
What do you think about the two-state solution, and what you wish for your future, for the future of the Palestinian people?
So okay, when we, for Palestinians, when they want to think about the two-state solutions, you should first thing recognize the Israeli occupation. You should name that there is an Israeli occupation. First thing, we believe like 100% that this land it's all and totally a Palestinian land for us as Palestinian. From when you as like Germans, and when you as Italians, and when you as Americans, and when you like from outside like Europe and the US, when you want to say like from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. First thing you are talking about is this land totally a Palestinian land. And directly, Israelis, they are calling this sentence that you just say, it's an anti-Semitism issues. So, for me, it's not anti-Semitism. Why? Because it's totally a Palestinian land. Our case, it's not a religion case. Muslims, Christians, Jewish, everyone is welcomed in this land. But it's a Palestinian land. It's totally 100% to a Palestinian land. We don't have a problem with any religion in this world. Our real problem is a land theft. Our real problem is a dignity. We want to live like anyone who lived in this world. There is Jewish in this country, totally fine. I don't have any problem with Jewish. I don't have any problem with Christians. I don't have a problem with Muslims. I don't have problem with any religion in this world. My problem is the occupation. My problem is that I cannot move freely like anyone in this world, and like the Israelis themselves who lived in the country that was occupied from me and from my ancestors. Two-state solution. I'm not like really totally with this decision. I am with a decision for a Palestinian state, and everyone is welcome to live in this country. Everyone don't have any problem with anyone. we can live all in peace in one state, which is Palestine. What I wish, as I told you before, I wish for a free Palestine. I wish for to 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 stop the genocide that is happening in Gaza right now. I would like to. I wish that that this word will keep shouting and will keep staying loud for us as Palestinians here. Uh, I wish, like, really a life full of dignity, a life that we are all equal, not just like Palestinians, Arabs, Europeans, Americans, blah blah blah. No, I am a human like you. You want to live in this way, and everyone choose how he want to live. Not like, for me as a Palestinian, cannot choose how I can live or how I want to live. I'm forced to live in this way. So I wish all these things got changed.
And I mean, before the Zionist project, Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived in peace in the region.
Exactly. This is what I meant when I said about a fully one state with different religions. We don't have a problem with the religion. Israelis, when they are calling us and they are calling this kind of speech as anti-Semitism speech, because they want to change everything, and they want to take the truth that it's almost getting watched by your eyes. They want to take it to a religion side. So in this way, everything that you built, it got destroyed, and they are building other things. Anti-Semitism, it's for a religion issues, and it's for a religion things. But for me, whatever they want to call me, they call me. But what I'm saying, we Jewish, Muslims, Christians, whatever, as I said before, we can live all together, but not under a Zionist, Semitic groups that creating law and creating things that can fit with them.
Yeah. But the reason I'm not a big fan of a two-state solution is because one of those two states is an apartheid state that's occupying land. So from every other state on this planet would rightfully have the right to protest against an apartheid state, against apartheid regime, and against occupation. Like, we all get that, unless it's the Palestinians. Whenever it's for you guys don't have the right to fight resistance. You don't have the right to fight occupation, and you guys don't have the right to fight an apartheid state that's taking your land and living right next to you. So the whole discussion from us Western European or American people is so hypocritical, because when it like, it's always just the Palestinians. You guys get dehumanized on a daily basis, and we got to put an end to that. Like, we all together as a world, as humans.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was agreement in the past, and there was different way of speeches about the two-state solution, and every time it got broke and it got destroyed by them, by the Israeli side. Why? Because even them, they don't believe in the two-state solution. They are claiming for the world that they want the two-state solution, but what is happening is totally the difference. When there was like the agreement saying that the West Bank and Gaza will be for Palestinians, and the 48 will be Israel. But Arabs, Jews, blah blah blah, can live in the 48. But the West Bank and Gaza, it will be totally Palestinians. What is happening after? Now, all the settlements we have in the West Bank, they are destroying the agreement that they did. So how you can even think or talking about the two-state solution when they are doing the agreement that the world want, and what they want is other thing, and they can do whatever they want. So if you want to talk about two-state solution, you want a serious thing to do on this ground, not just making an agreement and saying something, claiming something, then that's it. You don't do anything from what you just say.
A two-state solution would mean that 750,000 Israelis get pushed back to Israel because they're occupying Palestinian land. How do you get 750,000 Israelis back to Israel call it a two-state solution and a happy and peaceful future for all people. That's just impossible, if you ask me.
Exactly.
It's a never-ending conflict up until the moment where you realize that apartheid states don't have a right to exist. And it's not about the states and it's not about the religions. It's about the people living there. And they should live in peace and harmony. And every Palestinian and every Israel activist that's not Zionist has the same opinion about this topic. That we need a peaceful solution for the people.
Like if I have a problem with Jewish, or if I have a problem with as the Zionist claim, why I accept the Israeli activists who is pro Palestinians, that they want to support and stand by Palestinians? I could like just kick them away. But why? Because I don't have any problem with them. My main problem is Zionists. My main problem is the occupation. It's not Jewish. It's not what they are claiming.
Yeah, they just use this anti-Semitism narrative as a shield for the ethnic cleansing and as a shield for the genocide, for different reasons, to make opposition be silent, to create an atmosphere of fear, to let people not speak out for Palestine, because they always fear that they will be called anti-Semitic. But I think that this is a very privileged perspective from Western countries, when people live in total security compared to Palestinians, and they say, okay, I will not speak out because I fear economic damage, or I fear like critique, or I feel like being called an anti-Semite. And I think that in this regard, that silence is complicity. That's something you also wrote on your Instagram account, and that's something I already say for a long time now on my channel, because we have to know about our privileges. We have to know about in which world we live and which world you live, and that out of these circumstances, there is we have to stand for the Palestinians. We have to be oppose the genocide and ethnic cleansing, and if we don't do that, we are complicit, because from our tax money the weapons are paid. Our governments support the genocide, and if we just don't say anything, then our silence is complicity, right?
Yeah, and the silence will be the big support, the big supporting for them. It's not just like, okay, the taxes that it's sent to the governments, which is the government using these taxes to support the Israeli government with weapons, with all this stuff. Even if you are following these taxes with silence, this is the most biggest support for the Israeli occupation. So no, what is happening in the world, as we said before, is really a very big success and a very big victory, that the people are not blind. People are watching the genocide. People are watching what is really happening in Palestine, and who is the victim and who is really under this occupation. So there is like the boycotting things, when people start to follow and to believe in it, was one of the biggest success for the world and for us as Palestinians. When we see it, it's really means a lot for us, because there is no silence anymore in this world. Okay, the government is using these taxes, but people now, they are not with this decision, and some people like stop to pay this kind of taxes for the government to support the occupation, especially the genocide that is happening now in Gaza Strip.
One thing I always like is to centralize protest. I'm a big fan of giving protest a reason. So being on the streets for a free Palestine is the first thing you have to do. But as activists, as pro-Palestinian activists, we have to put a purpose behind our protest. So coming from you, what is a good cause for people in the West to protest for? What are some things you urgently need and things that have to urgently stop?
Like what is happening now in the protests is what is really we need right now. What we want is stop this genocide that happening in Gaza, and it's the mainly goal for us as Palestinian we are looking for, because people of Gaza, from what they are seeing and from what they are living now, it's a tragedy. It's something that the mind cannot even handle it, you know. So when people go on the streets calling for stop the genocide in Gaza, this is what we want, and we want to put a pressure like through this protest, or I don't know how like it could work, but to put a pressure on the governments and on politicians that you think and you see as Western, you can see like that it could stop this genocide. So focusing on this thing, it's really what we want for the moment.
Now you heard it. It's a lot of frustration, I think, in the minds of some pro-Palestinian people from my country, or from Christian in my country, because we always feel like we don't have a real solution, because we have no chance to talk to you. We have no chance to talk to people from Palestine. The media is not giving you a platform. Like in the last 20 months, or in the last 15 years, there was not a single Palestinian activist on German television or on Western television in itself. And we kind of have to use free media like YouTube and Twitch and Instagram and TikTok to give you people a voice. And I always want to make sure that the voice I give you is a wanted voice, you know, that what I'm saying and what I'm giving to my people is what you guys are striving for. And being against the genocide is the bare minimum for me. I think being against genocide is literally the most basic bare minimum you can have when you call yourself a human being.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a pleasure, and I really giving you a very big thanks for what you are doing right now, showing like and make our voices get heard for people outside, in Europe, and it's something means a lot for me as a Palestinian to talk about what is really happening. Like before, what was happening, anyone even think about talking about Palestinian cause, or about what is happening, and Israeli media shared about it, he will be arrested directly. That's why there was no any interests from the televisions and from like any podcast or any interviews for Palestinians to talk about what is happening. So what we are doing right now, it's something really means a lot for me and for everyone, because now we are got like heard by people, and what we are facing under the occupation here in my country.
Well, you have my
And I
word.
will.
Whenever you need a platform or a couple of thousand people to talk to, you always have my platform. Like, and this goes for you and all other pro-Palestinian protesters from the West Bank, from the Gaza Strip, from East Jerusalem. It doesn't matter. Like every Palestinian protester and activist is always welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
same
you,
same goes for
really,
me. My platform
really
is not
thank
that
you.
big, but I also always will give your voices a platform. I try my
Really
best
thanks.
to show the suffering of the Palestinian people to the German population, because we talked about representation in media. The mainstream media, or the biggest news outlet in Germany, Tagesschau, is it was counted now how often Palestinian voices were heard since the 7th of October. Was 4 Palestinian voices, and they were not even from the region. Was like Palestinian voices located in Europe. And Netanyahu, for example, had 64 appearances on the biggest German news outlet, and that already shows that the discourse is completely one-sided in Germany, and is completely pro-Israel and pro-ethnic cleansing. So we, as alternative media, we try our best to give a counterweight to this big media force in Germany. But yeah, so you and whoever wants to speak up from Palestine can always also be platformed on my channel, and we will not be quiet and we will not be silent until Palestine is free.
Really, thank you so much. And I wish I will see more Palestinians and Palestinian activists, journalists talking through you, and talking about the reality that we are facing. And it's really, as I said, it's a pleasure to be here. And thank you for hosting me to talk about it. And I wish we, as you said, we will see a free Palestine, and we will see more people who's talking through you. And really, thank you so much for hosting me. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your insight. And what should I say? I mean, I just wish you all the best. I don't know what to say, but your fight in the West Bank against the occupation forces, against the settlers. It is just you sit there just with your life, just with your body, just with your plain existence, and you are doing peaceful resistance. And for me, as a person living in the West, it's completely unimaginable in which situation you are. You're just a hero. And for me, in my eyes, you're a big hero. And I hope the people support you. We shared your link, and I hope the people send you money to support your fight, to support your struggle. And all I can say is all solidarity goes out to you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
brother, when it comes to money, we already gathered like I think £3,000 for you. And if you got money and you wanna get rid of it, put it in a good cause. And Palestine and Palestinian activists is a good cause. It's the best cause you can give your money to at the moment, because those people are struggling and fighting a war that we can't imagine fighting. Like, and it's just not fair that people have to fight against the genocide and are completely let alone. Like the best and first thing we can do is support their cause and support their fight against genocide, ethnic cleansing, and occupation, against apartheid. We can't call ourselves leftists if we don't fight against genocide. That's just not possible. It's impossible. We can't do that. So for myself, you're a hero. Your fight is our fight, and we do the best to support you in your cause. And we won't give up until Palestine is free, no matter what the German media, the European media, the American media is saying. I won't be quiet. I won't shut my mouth.
Thanks so much. Thanks for these words that you just say, and thanks for everyone who supported me and who will support me. I really appreciate that. And thanks you, Carl. Thank you, Chris. Sorry, I forget your name.
Nathan or Chris,
Yeah, thank you,
whatever you
Nathan.
like. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mohammed, for this great insight and for this talk. And maybe we can talk again in I don't know, a few months, few weeks, whatever, to get an update from you in your situation, and to maybe raise some more money for your activism. Thank you that you've been here. Thank you that you shared your stories, and that you shared your suffering with us. We will now continue to talk to the German student resistance. So yeah, do you want to say anything to the German audience? Do you want to do you have anything on your heart which you would want to say now before you leave?
Yeah, sure. It's not enough to say thank you, and it's not enough to appreciate what you are doing, and for the people who is listening to us. And I said it before, and I will repeat it again. We We believe in people and we believe in what you are doing, and continue with what you are doing. All Palestinians are watching you and watching what you are doing. You are really amazing, more than anyone in this world. Yani people who is trying to feel and believing of the suffer of the Palestinians who lived under the occupation, who lived under the operations that is happening through the Israeli occupation forces and government. What you are doing and what you are feeling and what you are, even if it was one word you are saying it loud, it means a lot for us as Palestinian. Continue with what you are doing. We really appreciate it. We really thanks it from our hearts. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thanks for everyone, even if he is not or she is not listening to me, but believing in the Palestinian cause. Thank you so much. Thanks for you for hosting me here. Thanks for sharing my links. And yeah, thank you again.
I hope one day we're going to see each other in a free Palestine, my friend. And up until that day,
Inshallah, inshallah.
keep fighting, my
Inshallah,
friend.
thank
Keep
you.
fighting.
I wish as well to see you here in Palestine.
Yeah, I wish so. One day that dream is going to become a reality.
I wish so.
Brother,
Yeah.
keep yourself safe, right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. See you, Mohammed, and we will surely stay in contact.
For sure. Inshallah, we can have it another time and we can do it another time. Thank you so
Free
much.
Palestine,
Bye
my
bye.
friend.